What's up, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode, the last episode of the year of the Dense Pixels podcast. I'm your host, Brad, joined by my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
Well, since it is the last episode of the year, later on, we will be going through our top 5 games of the year, or in Terrence's case, the 5 games that came out this year that he played this year.
Yeah. Interesting. I only played 5 games that came out this year.
And we get to hear all about your games of the year for 2017, because that's our question of the week. But we have a bit of stuff to get through before that, including Terrence playing the gaming phenomenon of 2017, checking it out for the first time on his Xbox.
Yeah, that is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I got to play it for the first time last night. There have been articles about how terrible the game runs on Xbox. It probably doesn't run very well on like an original Xbox One.
Terrence is frozen. Apparently,
that's runs a little. It's a little shaky on the
big
Xbox.
Time there, buddy.
But look, when you first start, it's 100 people in the lobby. Like, it starts out and 100 people are just running around this little area, just waiting to get on the plane. The frame rate is probably like 15 frames per second because you got people running around just doing stupid shit. Then once you get in the plane itself, it jumps up maybe to like 17. You can't really tell. But once you actually jump out of the plane and you dive into wherever you want to start off on the map, it levels out. It stays between like 25 and 30. The game itself, it's fun. Like, I don't know which one I like. I've played both Fortnite and this. I like the aesthetic of Fortnite, but I like the gameplay of PUBG a little bit more. You have to be a little bit more strategic. You can build buildings and shit in Fortnite, and that's cool and all. Like, the map is a lot more detailed in PUBG. The controls are incredibly convoluted. Like, because it's a PC game, they had to design the controls to work on a controller. I didn't even know how to heal myself for like 10 minutes.
I looked at a control map for that game, and I would, as someone who plays console shooters, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
It's a fucking mess, dog.
Because it looks like a fucking nightmare.
What the fuck am I doing? I didn't know how to put attachments on my gun. Like, me, I'm sitting in a bathroom I'm looking at the controls. Like, what?
Can you customize them at all?
Good luck. Like, there's so many controls. Like, you gotta like tap the right bumper to go into first person mode. Or if you hold it, something else happens. Like, you press X to interact. You gotta hold it to reload. Like, left down on the D-pad switches to your health packs or some shit. I don't know how to use it outside of the menu.
So they literally took the PC control rig, and instead of like changing maybe how the game would work on console, they're just like, nope, we're just gonna literally map controls to buttons.
Like, we're gonna throw everything in here. Like, it's like, yo, it doesn't need to be that difficult. Like, if you want like, you gotta go into your pause menu. I guess that makes sense. You gotta go into the pause menu to like put the new grips and shit that you find on the ground on your gun to like make them more accurate. It's chaos. Like, just fucking around with the control scheme itself. I'm assuming once you learn, it's like second nature. But goddamn, there's like 30 different things that you can do on the controller, and it's just way too much. But
can you use a USB keyboard?
I don't know. It's possible because they do have that option. I think they made that available that you can use a USB keyboard for certain games on the Xbox One. I don't know if they've implemented it yet, but it's coming if it's not already there. But yeah, I would assume some people would probably enjoy that. Like me, I'm not gonna do it because I don't use a keyboard. I hate using a keyboard. That's why I don't do PC games. I mean, I know you can plug a controller in now, and it's expensive. So once you get in and you like running around, you have to find your weapons. So you run into a house, pick up a pistol or a gun. My first match, I ran into a house. They had no fucking guns. They had a whole bunch of ammunition. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why is all this ammo but no guns? This is fucked up. But then I heard 2 people outside the house, and they came running in, and I was in the bathroom, and I opened up the door, and they were punching each other. And I'm like, well, okay, that's cool. So they had beaten each other up. One guy died, and then I ran up and punched the other guy in the face and killed him. And then I ran into another house and finally found a pistol. But that again, like sound is super important. So I was wearing headphones. Found a pistol. A guy came running around. You can hear his footsteps. He opened the door, and I was just kind of standing there in the doorway with my gun drawn at the door and shot him in the head. So that was 2 kills, my first match. And then I got stuck in a red zone and blew up. But like, it's a fun game, man. Like it's still in early development. I don't know when they're going to be doing updates for it because they need to really do something about that frame rate when it first starts out. And again, it's 100 people on a fucking map when it's starting out. So that's a lot of fucking assets that they need to constantly be streaming into this one big ass map. So I can see why it's a problem. Even on the PC, apparently it's a problem as well.
Maybe they should get some of the developers that worked on MAG back in the day. So they could take advantage of that 64 on 64 player action.
2 weeks worth of that obscure ass game MAG that played in a row. They
could also get the people that did the 1 versus 100 game on Xbox 360 that you can never get into.
I actually got into it a couple times. I was in the crowd though. I never got to be the one. So yeah,
you were the 100.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like they would start at like 7 o'clock or some bullshit. It was ridiculous. It's fun. Like I enjoy it. It's a fun little game. Apparently, it's the most played game of 2017.
They have many billion hours invested into it so far.
1.5 million concurrent players at a time. Sometimes it's fucking insane. And the other game that I picked up a couple of days ago is The Surge. This game is developed by Focus Interactive, I think.
They did Lords of the Fallen first.
This is like basically their second game of this type. It's a Dark Souls type game, but only it takes place in a futuristic warehouse. You play this dude. I guess he's crippled. He works for this company called Creo, or he goes to work for this company called Creo, and they basically put you in a rig and you work for this company. Once you get in a rig, you're stuck in it forever. Something goes wrong, he wakes up and apparently he's like a ninja. He knows how to use all kinds of weapons. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but the gameplay is pretty solid. And the game looks really good as well. Well, combat it's Dark Souls. It's more like Bloodborne. Like it's a lot faster than Dark Souls. And in order to upgrade your weapons and your rig, what you have to do, which is pretty cool, you have to target a body part when you're in a fight with somebody. Once you get to a certain point, you hit the X button for a contextual kill. If you cut that body part off, it gives you the part to upgrade the parts that you have, or you get a brand new part. So you cut the leg off, and it's like, oh, I got this new leg piece. Then you got to go back to like a save point or like a bonfire that they would have in Dark Souls, and you can upgrade it. Or if it's a headpiece, you cut their head off to take the headpiece, arm, body parts. It's interesting. Like it's a cool upgrade system. You can kind of game the system because every time you go back to the save point, everything resets. All the characters reset in the same exact areas. So it's again like Dark Souls. If you know the game, it's not random. It's the same fucking bosses it's the same fucking enemies every time. So once you get powerful, you get the currency that you need to upgrade your character. And the other thing about the game is like the level design is you'll start out in a certain area, and when you get through it, you're like, oh shit, how the fuck am I going to get back to this place? I went really deep into the thing, but like a shortcut will open up to get you back to the save point. And you're like, whoa, that's pretty cool level design, because you'll run through this whole long ass basement, but then a door will open up. You're like, oh shit, I'm right back where I started before. But then you can run right back to that door again to get to the further part of the map. I don't know, have any of you ever played Dark Souls?
For like an hour. Once.
But that's basically how the level design is like that. It's a giant world, but once you get further into it, there's always some kind of shortcut that will get you back to where you need to go, so you don't have to keep running around in a fucking circle to get back to this place. So yeah, that's a fun game, like surprisingly good that not a lot of people played. So both of those games. Cool. Oh, and I played Okami HD as well. Go week. I love that game, but we'll talk about all that later.
Yeah, and like 2/3 of them on your game of the year list.
Right. Oh, fucking 2 weeks before the end of the year.
So, well, that is the new stuff. Real quick, housekeeping before we move onward. So, if you go to densepixels.com/premium, you can sign up for premium content, and if you have not done it yet, you now have no excuses to do it, because we can say Merry Christmas again. We have Christmas deals on densepixels.com/premium. You can sign up for $45 for the entire year. That's $5 less than the normal $50 that we usually charge. So now you get 3 months for free, basically, when you sign up for the entire year. Let's say you're like, man, I don't know if I want to sign up for the year. I want to sample the 350 plus hours of content that's on the premium channel first. Well, good news for you. You can sign up for a monthly subscription. Instead of $5 a month, your first month will just be $2. And then it'll be $5 a month after that. So if you just want to check it out for a month and make sure it's worthwhile investment, pay the $2, then sign up for the year for $45. Once you listen to the Area of Grievances, once you listen to Look Forward, once you listen to Men with the Golden Tongues, and once you listen to No Time to Bleed, like as soon as you listen to a couple episodes of those, you'll be like, oh man, I should definitely sign up for the year. And then you'll pay your $45 and get your holiday pricing. That's a great deal.
That is a great deal. So much so that this is the first I'm hearing of the $2 deal instead of $5. Let me tell you something. If Jay was going to do that, I would have sworn up and down that it would have been $3. He is making it $2? What?
Yeah.
Has the world gone topsy-turvy? Maybe the world is flat. I don't know. I would never have imagined that he would have gone down to $2. That is not like him at all.
You know what? We'll call that the flat earth discount.
Yeah.
How about that? The flat earth discount deal. $2 for your first month. But again, densepixels.com/premium. You can check out the promotional offers right there. Or if you want to be, really cool, you can still give us the $50 for the year if you want to. But why would you? It's $45 right now. Go sign up today. Also, make sure you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/densepixels. Hit the subscribe button while you're there. You can watch the video of me destroying people in the Crucible in Destiny 2 that we put up for Let's Play when I went 28-3 and ran roughshod over people. It's amazing. You also get this podcast in video format every single week. Did you guys watch that, by the way?
Yes.
I did not.
I was very proud.
Oh my God, Terrence! You get to see my favorite kill ever, where a guy was jumping at me as I was shooting him with a hand cannon, and on the last shot, right before the shot hit him, he went to swing his sword. So because of that sequence of events, I helicoptered the guy. It's the funniest thing that I've ever seen in Destiny 2. It was hilarious. But again, you get Let's Plays. You get weekly episodes of this podcast in video format. So again, youtube.com/densepixels. Click the subscribe button. And one last thing, all of the TNP Studio shows are now, not the premium ones, but all the free ones are now on Spotify. So check it out. If you use Spotify, if you prefer to receive your podcast that way, that's an option for you now. You can check it out there. Coming Distractions will be on Spotify very soon. So to get your movie reviews on Spotify, you can do that too. So again, check out all the TNP Studio shows on Spotify if that's what you use. New releases this week. There's not many. There's one of note. It's that Accounting Plus PlayStation VR game that they showed at PlayStation Experience last week that has one of the dudes from Rick and Morty that's designing it.
Oh, all right.
That's cute.
That is what it is.
So, and then as far as release date announcements, new game announcements, Ni no Kuni 2 delayed again, now to March 23rd. March is shaping up to be an absolutely loaded month. So we'll see how that goes. But I will pass the mic over to Terrence with our headlines.
Yes. First up, Take-Two creating new publishing label that focuses on independent games, and they will allow developers to keep the rights to the IPs, which is pretty cool. Apparently, the first to do this is going to be Obsidian, the company that makes competent games, but they don't know how to fix bugs.
Yeah,
they don't know how to put games out without fucking bugs.
Obsidian makes the GoBot version of.
Like the thing is, like sometimes they improve on other games, but they just don't know. They don't stick the fucking landing.
Yeah,
like it's like, yeah, we got a lot of great ideas, but we don't know how to program correctly. I don't know what the problem is. But Take-Two has announced a new publishing label called Private Division, focused on partnering with independent teams. One of these teams is Obsidian Entertainment, which means the big new RPG in development there. What's it called? I don't think they have a name for it yet. Or did I just not see it?
Oh no, that's not them. There's another studio from Sweden that's involved with this as well. This is interesting. It's kind of curious as to why Take-Two would want to do this, especially
let them keep the IPs.
Yeah, especially if they're not going to own the properties. Like, where's the benefit to them? I mean, I guess it's a benefit if the game does well.
Oh, yeah. Because we've seen what happens with companies that take the IPs over. Look at EA.
Look at Image.
Who?
Image Comics. Image formed from they spawned off from. There's a bunch of writers and creators who used to work at Marvel, and they were like, let's just go do our own thing, like the way Marvel does business. This was back in the 90s, obviously. And the gimmick with Image was that if you create a character, that character is yours. Even if you create
is that why is Todd McFarlane on Spawn?
Yeah. And Todd McFarlane is not the nicest of guys when it comes to business. He doesn't really he doesn't really know business, but he's trying to be a businessman. But anyway, that's very similar to the Image model.
I don't know. I think one of the reasons that I'm wary is because it seems very benevolent for a company like 2K or Take-Two.
Yeah.
To be like, yeah, we're gonna help you get these games made and put resources into it.
You're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. Right. I mean, they even talked to Obsidian.
Gear.
They even talked to either Obsidian or Take-Two themselves, and they're like, well, what microtransactions are going to be in this RPG? And they said, not a one. And I'm like, that seems curious to me. Because you're Take-Two.
Like, I don't believe you.
that's how jaded and cynical 2017 has made us.
Right. We need a mandate to have some sort of microtransaction. Like, give us $1 to press start.
So that's, I mean, on its face, that's cool of them, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Up next, Predator's going to beat it in Ghost Recon Niggas Wildlands. I don't really get it, but that's cool. I mean, it's a special event. I don't know how long it's going to last. What is this? Freaking Predator is going to show up. We'll be getting more. Well, no. Yeah, he's going to be showing up, and I don't know
now.
what he's going to do. He's now.
Use him, or you can play against him now. Yeah.
Like, who the fuck plays this?
Yeah, this is a really good idea wasted on a game that nobody plays. Like, I would love to play. Well, I guess it would be like Evolve, right? Where
one person plays the Predator,
right, and then everyone else is. But
I don't think a human player is the Predator, though. I think it's just
it's just
event in the game.
That map is pretty fucking big, and not unless it's made a specifically designed map for this particular thing, because that map is huge.
All right, well, think of it this way. Like, this would be a really cool idea. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, but multiplayer and in the jungle, right? Because that's essentially what Nemesis was, right? He was just this big lumbering thing stalking you, and you didn't
Right.
know where it was. I like the idea. I just I wish
Don't like it in this game.
yeah, like I mean, then look, the game might be good. I don't think I've ever seen a review for it. Being dead serious. I don't think matter of fact, I'm going to look.
I choose to believe that this whole thing was brought about because they saw our show title last week and they're like, you know what? We're gonna be wild now. Predator. So I'll take credit for this.
I don't get it. Like, I mean, it's cool. Again, like for those that have actually played it, actually, I do have a couple people on my friends list that actually played the game when it first came out. They don't play it anymore. So
I bet you they're coming back now. Check out the Predator.
Is it free? It's an event,
I think so.
right?
I think it's part of the main game. So
yeah, you got it, but it's free.
That's cool. Whatever. Have fun with your Predator event on a game that gotta be playing it. Like they wouldn't do this shit if no one was playing it, right? I gotta believe that
the game is good.
Yeah. I played the demo; it was fine. I did not find enough for me to buy it, but
would you pick it up on like a deep sale?
Yeah, I would.
But then you would have to have people to play it with.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like
these co-op only games.
It's either a co-op or you can have like 3 computer controlled people. Like that's not fun.
No, it's not. Call of Duty. It's not, not fun at all.
The new Call of Duty has
in zombies, you can probably have AI alongside you.
You have an AI squad in the main campaign also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You do
the whole gimmick. The whole Band of Brothers thing, and hey, Bear Jew, I need a med pack. I need some ammo, and I forget what the other guy does.
So that's a thing. Next up, like you guys might actually want to take because I don't care. Destiny 2's holiday event adds snowballs, mayhem, and new gear. Go ahead, Brad.
The Dawning's back.
Yeah, whatever. I told you I'm not going to play this game ever. Sticking to my guns,
dude. So the Dawning's back. The armor set that you get that you can earn looks sweet. The sword looks sweet. You'll get gifts as per usual. There'll be special Dawning themed items and shit that you can get from Eververse, of course. Dawning's how Eververse started in the first place, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
in Destiny 1.
Even in Destiny, the holidays are all about consumerism.
And Mayhem's coming back in PvP.
Fun, man.
So look forward to the Dawning. Apparently, you can throw snowballs at enemies and strikes too.
And
it'll stun them. Yeah, and then you can do big damage while they're stunned.
That's kind of cool. I'm glad this game is embracing the silliness of it all. You know what I mean? Like, we're just out here having a good time.
So this will be running for 3 weeks till January 9th, I do believe.
All right.
So yeah, looking forward to it. That sword does look nice. I do like that Dawning sword. Looks like something you'd find in Legend of Zelda.
I'm not a huge fan of the saber-esque swords. The swords with the curved edge.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like those.
I did just get the crown splitter for my Titan. I haven't used it yet, but that looks pretty cool.
I accidentally sold mine because I did not class exclusive sword. So, and I've yet to get another one, and I'm kind of pissed.
Can't you just get it from Cade?
You can't buy it from him, can you?
I'm pretty sure you can.
You can?
Yeah, all the other like special icons you can rebuy from a vendor.
I'll have to see. Whenever I go to Cade, he's like, "You want this map?" Like, I want the map. And I usually don't talk to Cade unless I do, the flashpoints. Then I go to Cade. I got a Jade Rabbit from my.
How is it?
Just like it was.
Jade Rabbit.
Scout rifle.
Scout rifle.
A vibrator. Anyway.
I've been enjoying getting the Osiris weapons so far. I've got 3 of them to date.
I need to do that. Maybe I don't know how to do that. I'll have to.
Have you beaten the heroic adventure yet? After the campaign,
I've done 1 adventure.
All right, so you need to do 2 more, the 2 other regular adventures, which you can do easily solo, and then come get me to help you with the heroic adventure. Unless you want to take 45 minutes to do it solo, like I did.
No.
And then once you do that, that unlocks the forge, and you can start grinding for materials and stuff.
Oh, okay. Because I usually avoid those adventures unless I know there's something to be wrought from.
There is in this case. You do have to do them to unlock the forge. So
all right. Well, then I'll do that then. Oh, that means I have to do it 2 more times too. After the first time. God damn it. Fucking balls. Sometimes I wish shit like that was account wide. But it is what it is.
And finally, in headlines, New Zealand, the worldwide leader in video game entertainment, is saying that loot boxes are not gambling. I mean, they're not necessarily, so they're not wrong. But New Zealand, what the fuck? Do they play games in New Zealand?
they do. Hopefully their censorship laws are a lot less strict than they are in Australia.
Yeah, Australia, they'd be like, yo, you can't even pull the trigger on a gun. in Australia, it's crazy. But yeah,
Australia is a big ass penal colony. Like, yeah, they don't want to. They don't want to encourage that shit. Like, wait a minute,
you want to rile up the
fucking a real gun.
Said the quote here, and this is from Trish Millward, who is of the Gambling Compliance Office for New Zealand's Department of Internal Affairs. This is what I've been saying the entire time. Players, quote, do not purchase loot boxes seeking to win money or something that can be converted into money.
Yeah, you spend money to pay for shit that
right to get a tchotchke.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. New Zealand is like, no, it's not gambling, dummy.
I think this might be a bigger. I think this story could be a big deal because this is the first, government to come out and say no, we don't think that this is like something that needs to be regulated, essentially.
Yeah,
but which if other governments follow that suit, then this might. It's still a problem on the gaming side of it, but at least government won't necessarily be sticking their nose in to tread on the situation.
Yeah, don't tread on me. Isn't that what it says?
No, yeah, the version of that flag that I like the most is the one that says "I'm white and afraid of everything." So. That's my favorite version of the snake flag.
That's funny.
So that's it for headlines. Listen, guys, less than a week left until Christmas. As you're listening to this, Hanukkah is going on right now. Kwanzaa happens after Christmas.
Does it? I don't even.
I think so.
Right, I don't.
Kwanzaa is the Ghost Recon Wildlands holidays. Nobody knows how to pronounce. Nobody knows the name. Nobody knows when it came out. Nobody knows if it's good or not.
For those that celebrate the winter solstice, that's in a couple of days.
Okay.
The point is,
I don't know what that is either.
The point is that you need to, when you do your holiday shopping, you got to go to densepixels.com/Amazon because you will pay the same low Amazon prices. But we get a small percentage of the sale, which helps pay for overhead costs for the show. And we thank everyone that has used our link and continues to use it. But yeah, I've been buying shit like crazy on Amazon because that's just fucking what you do this time of year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you are too.
Shipping? Have Amazon Prime? Between like now and Christmas?
Is it?
Yeah. Like if you get...
I feel like I need to buy more things.
If you order something before 9 o'clock, I think you get it shipped the same day if you have Amazon Prime. And we have a distribution center in our state.
As long
as it's literally like 2 miles from me.
Yeah,
as long as it's distributed by, as long as the people from Amazon are bringing it, because there's one courier that that they used to use that I can't stand. And if I remembered their name, I would go on a fucking irrational rant about them right now. But I can't remember it, and you're fucking lucky I can't. Sons of bitches.
But what Micah does remember is he goes to densepixels.com/Amazon
all the time. I just have to make my wife to do it now.
Now, what you do see is you do that, and then you bookmark that link in the bookmarks page for Amazon, and that way every time you click it, it takes you to the affiliate link.
There you go. Now Jay can be able to see all the crap that my wife buys, all the hair products that my wife buys.
From Amazon?
Oh, yeah. Huh. Don't sleep on Amazon. They have everything, but only if you go to densepixels.com/Amazon. If you just go to Amazon.com or any other way to get to Amazon, they literally have 1/4 of everything that they have, unless you go to densepixels.com/Amazon.
It just
I feel like that's false.
Pixels.com/Amazon, the free loot box of Amazon, because it unlocks more shit for you to buy.
There you go.
Yeah, I thought you were going to segue that into game of the year. I didn't know how you were going to do it though.
Anyway,
yeah, it's the end of the year, which means it's time once again for us to tell you what the best games were this year, at least in our opinions. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go. Everyone is going to give their number 5 game, then their number 4 game, then their number 3 game, etc., etc. First, we will start with a few honorable mentions.
Actually, I would like to save those till the end because that'll spoil your list.
Excellent. Okay.
See, like I've done this before.
Man, I'm glad somebody prepared.
Lots of board game podcasts have lists. I don't know if you know this, so I've done a lot of these.
Terrence, you're up first.
First? What the fuck?
Yep.
I only play 5 games, yeah.
Well, I want to get you over with.
I don't know where.
Just your number 5, though. So just your number 5.
My number 5. Number 5. I did play 5 games. Was it 5 or 6?
I think we figured out that you did 6.
A lot of the games I didn't finish.
That's fine.
But if I was to pick number 5 of the games that I actually played that came out in 2017, it would probably be Tekken 7. I like Tekken. That's free. I don't like Tekken. I don't like the mechanics.
My number 5 game of the year, Tekken. I don't like Tekken. Fuck Tekken. It's my number 5.
Yeah, I don't like it. That's why it's at the bottom of the fucking.
Terrence's list is going to be my favorite of all time.
I realized that I am not a fan of the Tekken series. It came like on Xbox, like it looks really good. Like I think it's in like 900p. It looks washed out. Like it's kind of fucked up how they treated the Xbox One version. Yeah, I don't like the mechanics.
It's a second-class citizen. What do you expect?
Yeah, fuck you. But yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't know. That's my number 5. Fuck that. I play 5 games, guys. This is gonna be very easy.
My number 5 is Horizon Zero Dawn. That game was really fun, and it was something original. In terms of aesthetics, the gameplay wasn't really too original. It was like third-person Far Cry to me, but I like Far Cry, and I like that type of game. Solid voice work from everyone. Story, story didn't move me, but the gameplay did, and yeah, that game is a game that I have to get back to because it's really, really fun.
My number 5 is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh snap, son!
And I echo a lot of Micah's sentiment. I said it before, long time ago. This game reminded me of Metal Gear Solid 3 in a lot of ways, where the encounters, the combat encounters were kind of drawn out. You had to plan, you had to be smart. I enjoyed that. It never got really tedious for me. Like I said, the game's gorgeous. I echo Micah's concerns about the story. I shouldn't say the story didn't move me. The story was cool. The characters didn't move me in any way, shape, or form, but I like the story. And it was a great game. And like I said, I didn't know what to expect from this game. I know we were excited for it based on previews and stuff like that. But again, this is still the same company, Guerrilla Games, who had up to this point only made the Killzone series. And the Killzone series are very good looking games and they're fun, but they weren't the best like first person shooters in the market. And then shifting to a whole new genre, I didn't know what to expect, but it was a terrific game. My number 5.
Oh, Terrence, you're number 4.
Shit. What other games did I play this year? Like I forgot. It was Cuphead. It was Marvel Capcom Infinite, Injustice, Surge, no Okami. It's like 6 games. Goddamn.
I mean, if you're paying attention, you just heard Terrence's 5.
Oh wow, number 4. I don't know what the fuck what I'll put for number 4. Probably favorite games. We're doing favorite games.
The best games of the year.
Oh man, number 4.
I mean, but favorite too. I mean, your bias is gonna creep into this, of course.
We're gonna have to go with Marvel versus Capcom Infinite.
Number 4. I thought that was gonna be like number 1.
No. Like not at all. Look, the game, the mechanics, amazing. Like they're really good. It's got one of the ugliest upfronts you will ever see in a video game. Like the UI is ugly as fuck. The graphics are terrible. Still, the lineup, the fucking characters, no, they suck, dude. Like I no, like I found characters that I like to play, but the gameplay is just solid as fuck. It's broken. It's really broken. Like it's fucked up. Some stones are worthless. Like the Mind Stone or the fuck it's called. That shit is goddamn garbage. But the game is just fun. Like to actually play the game, it's just a fun game to play. But like everything else is terrible. I mean, I guess as far as like games are concerned, like the most important thing is that you're having fun. Like the gameplay is the most important part. But that's all it has. Like everything else is ugly or just unfinished. An ugly game, but it's fun. That's my 4.
All right, Terrence is number 4.
I played a lot of fighting games this year.
Yeah, Terrence is number 4. Quote, "It's ugly." All right. So number 5, I don't like this game. Number 4, this is ugly. All right.
Oh shit, that's funny.
My number 4 is, I guarantee you, this is where Brad and I part ways. My number 4 is Yakuza 0.
It's not on my list.
Yeah, I figured. Look, Yakuza is or Yakuza or Yakuza. I don't know what where the emphasis goes, but it is the series. I got into it when I realized that I would never ever be able to avenge the death of my father at the hands of Lon B. I figured this was the closest thing to it, and I enjoyed it. And Yakuza 0, this game is very popular in Japan. They have like 6 of them in Japan, and I think we got the first 3 on PlayStation 2 and I think 3. This is a prequel. This is hence the Zero, and it takes place in the 80s, which doesn't really have any effect on me because it takes place in Japan, and I was not like in Japan in the 80s. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but it's a fun game, man, and it's a fun little action adventure game. Action adventure beat 'em up game. Like it's a weird hybrid, but it fulfilled the big Shenmue sized hole in my heart.
How much is that game? Because is this a remake of the original?
No, that's Yakuza
Kiwami.
That's the remake of the original. This is a brand new game. I would get Yakuza 0 before I would get Yakuza Kiwami.
Because I remember playing Yakuza on PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
I fucking love that game.
Yeah, and
it's, like, the game is really fucking. It's silly as fuck.
Yeah, but it is super fucking silly. And this and Yakuza 0 is no different. Like it's got that weird Japanese kitsch, that offbeat humor that I just find amusing for some strange reason. I would, if you enjoyed Yakuza on PS2, I would probably still pick up Yakuza Kiwami. Like it's a budget price game, but I would pick up Yakuza 0 before I pick that up. It's literally twice as long, and it has, and you get to play as 2 different types of people. And I don't know if you remember Majima in Yakuza, but he's the second character, and he has a different fighting style than Kazuma. Yeah, it's great.
My number 4, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This game is it's perfect. It is a perfect Mario Kart game, the definitive Mario Kart game, so much so that Nintendo would be better served adding content to this game rather than putting out Mario Kart 9, because Mario Kart 9 is going to be a disappointment compared to how good Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is. You heard it here first. Fantastic game. Enjoyed the online play. Enjoyed playing on the couch with people. A proper battle mode. I didn't play Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, but that game was devoid of a battle mode, which I don't understand how you make a Mario Kart game without having a regular battle mode. This one adds it in. It's fine. So many tracks. Fixing the online problem is good because, like I said, I couldn't play Mario Kart, DS because of the whole snaking issue online. I haven't seen that crop up here, and it's fun, man. Like I said, I sunk a ton of hours in this game this year. It is excellent. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, my number 4.
Terrence, you're number 3.
Oh shit. Number 3. I gotta put these in order right quick. What the fuck did I play again?
Like, shame you know, like a pen or paper or some sort of word processing program available.
Yeah, I do. Number 3. Put this. You know what? Fuck it. Cuphead. I don't like that game. Like, the game made me very angry. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. It's a fine game. Like, it's basically an indie studio that designed a game that they wanted to design. Music, graphics, all of that, gameplay. It's good, man. But that game can suck my dick. Like, I don't. Like, it's fucked up, man. That game put me through hell, and I'm too old for that shit. But like, it's a good game. Like, look, if you like a challenge, again, I don't think it's hard. It's just, yeah, whatever. But it's a solid game. Like, it's a good fucking game. Like, I saw like a good game that I don't really have an affinity for. So
all right. If you are keeping score, Terrence's number 5 is I don't like this. Terrence's number 4 is this game is ugly. And Terrence's number 3 is this game can suck my dick.
Oh, man.
My number 3 is Injustice 2. I wasn't a huge fan of NetherRealm Studios fighting games because I didn't know how to play them. Like I didn't like there's a certain rhythm in the button pressing that you have.
The rhythm is really off-putting when you're going from Capcom games to this.
Yeah, it really is. But once I got the hang of it, that game's really fun, man. Like I was playing it yesterday. I really like Black Manta. Like, and this isn't just me being like pro black. Like he's black. Let you listen to him, but he's really fun to play. Like, I like the feel of that character. I like the feel of Green Arrow. It's just a fun, silly game to play that takes my love of my affection for fighting games and my love of comic book crap and the superficialness, I guess.
Superficity.
There you go. Whatever you just said. Being a graphics whore, because the game is one of the best looking fighting games, character models I've ever seen, ever. And it has solid mechanics, and they do like cool stuff, right? Like I usually am not a fan of guest characters. I can't wait to play the fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. Sub-Zero was really fun. I'm not a fan of the Atom, and I was wondering how that character was going to work in a fighting game. Like, they do like little shit that is like, wow, this is cool. Like, instead of ducking, the Atom shrinks.
He shrinks
like, to duck height. Like, he just shrinks his body to the hitbox that he would have if he was traditionally ducking. And his character power is that he shrinks and he can act, but like, it's not super cheap. You know, it's not Yoda from Soul Calibur. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just little stuff like that I appreciate in that game. That game is a solid ass fighting game. And
so you definitely like it better than Marvel, right?
I do.
So you like DC better than Marvel? Okay, cool. That's what I
heard. That's fucking funny.
Well, right into that shit, didn't
I? My number 3, and fuck the haters, because it's Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't care about the other shit surrounding the game. I don't care about, how it launched and what's happened since then. But all I know is that those 3 weeks in March when it came out and I played it, like, I was fully engrossed into it. The controller would not leave my hand. I put in 70 hours into that game in 3 weeks' time. Really enjoyed the characters. Loved the changes to the combat system, to the class system. From that standpoint, it was definitely like the best Mass Effect that is done. Obviously, didn't live up to the story beats and highs and lows that the original trilogy did. But I still really enjoyed it a lot. And it's sad what happened to it. And it's sad that we probably won't see another one for a really long time, if ever. But I still enjoyed Mass Effect Andromeda, and that's why it's my number 3.
Terrence.
Number 2. Man, this is shit. What would I put for number 2? You know what? My number 2. This is going to be interesting. My number 2 is going to be Injustice. It's a great game, man. Like what you said, they get it. Like, as far as the characters, they get it. Like, they have dialogue for every like individual character matchup. Like, it's fucking insane the amount of dialogue that they put into this game. The fighting mechanics I loved Injustice 1. They just improved on Injustice 1's mechanics. Great cast. The DLC has been pretty solid as far as the characters go. Like, I can't wait to play the Ninja Turtles. Like, I saw the ad and I'm like, he talks like a character from the 1950s, which is really fucking funny. But I was surprised. Like, I don't like his costume. I don't want to see what his costume looks like when you have upgraded armor and shit like that. But he looks like he's really fun to play. Hellboy, like, he's comic book accurate. Like, he's cool. Sub-Zero was fun to play, like you said. Red Hood, like,
I totally forgot about
he was Starfire. Is that her name?
Yeah,
her name. He's fun to play. Yeah. It's just a good game. Like, the production value is great. Like you said, the graphics are amazing for a fucking fighting game. Solid, like, 5-hour story that you get out of it. Like, completely full motion, like, voice acted really well. It's just a good game all around. Like, it's not just a good fighting game. It's a good game. Like, I mean, fighting games are a niche genre, but like, there's something for everyone in that game. Like, even if you just want to run through the story, put it on easy and just mash buttons. You know what I'm saying? You'll get through a good story. It's great. Like, it's a good game.
If you're keeping score at home, number 5 is I don't like this. Terrence's number 4 is this is ugly.
Yeah.
Terrence's number 3 is this game can suck my dick. And Terrence's number 2 is it's a good game all around. It's got something for everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Positivity.
We finally cracked it.
Yeah. Finally cracked that hard outer shell. My number 2 is Persona 5. I picked this game up late, but this is everything that I want in a Japanese RPG. It is a turn-based battle system with characters that I enjoy, with music that kicks ass. My only problem with this game is that the pacing is way off. I've put 70 hours into this game. I'm still nowhere near finishing it. And
God damn.
Yeah, like I for those of you that have played it, I'm still in I had to take a break from it because I was getting burnt out on it. But I'm in the Space Palace, the palace with the outer space theme. I think I have 3 or 4 more dungeons, palaces to go. But I enjoy the characters. I enjoy the it's weird. The game is set up where, you know, by day you're this high school student and by night you're these, you know, these RPG, you know, cast of characters, right? And you bond with those characters during the day and it helps you, and you develop an affinity for them while you're playing the game, while you're doing the actual dungeon crawling and stuff like that. It's a great game, man. I really, really enjoy it, and it hits all the JRPG buttons for me.
My number 2 is Destiny 2. This game, it's the gameplay just I've put in over 100 hours so far, which for me, you know, game's only been out for what, 3 months, I think. It's a lot of fucking time for me to invest into a video game, and it's just fun, man. Like I said, the story in this one was much better. Of course, that's not why you play. It's like comfort food. Like it's fun to just get on there and just to veg and run around and do public events, do strikes, fuck around the Crucible a little bit. And it's getting better with the expansions. It's adding some grind, but you know, I'm just talking about the base game. Yeah, it's nothing's captured my attention the same way this year that Destiny 2 has, and it's just really fun. And the thing that I've discovered with this one that I didn't really do as much in Destiny 1. Destiny 1, I primarily played solo. This one, I've been playing with friends a lot more, and that's kind of opened up the game in a whole new light for me. And that's the times I've had the most fun have been doing nightfalls or running into the Crucible with a clan and mowing down, everybody in this game, since team shooting is such an important deal and attempting the raid and all that stuff. So it's really good. I'm looking forward to seeing how the game evolves and shapes up over the years. It's my number 2 for 2017.
Terrence, your number 1 game.
Your game of the year.
Your game of the year for 2017.
Doesn't exist. It didn't. I didn't know. My game of the year for 2017 is a remaster of a game that came out in 2006. And it's one of my favorite games of all time, actually, now that I realize it. It's Okami HD. I remember when I first played this game. It's one of the best, if not the best, Zelda clone like you will ever play. Have any of you ever played the game?
Twice.
Oh, so you played it. You beat it. That game is fucking amazing. Like, you play a wolf named Amaterasu, who is also in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And it's basically it's an adventure game. You run around and you fight stuff. It's basically like it's a quote unquote Metroidvania. You have to acquire different skills to open new areas of the map. But the catch to this game is when you're fighting, you get to draw. Like, you can hit the R1 button or the right bumper, and it'll bring up like a scroll, and you can draw certain things on it to attack your enemies. Like, a straight line will slash them. Like, you can draw a bomb, you draw a circle and then put a little line in it, and it'll create a bomb, and it'll show up on the screen and it'll explode. So you have a bunch of these different drawing things that you can use and those factor into the puzzles. Like, some puzzles, hey, this place needs sunlight, so you pull up the scroll and you draw a circle in the sky and it brings out the sun. Or you draw a circle in the sky when it's dark outside, when it's light outside, and it brings out the moon. Just little things like that. The voice acting is obnoxious as fuck. It's because it's not real voices. It's just like like sim speak. It's all jumbled up. And apparently they actually did the real lines in the game, but they just jumbled them up. I don't fucking know why they did that. That shit's obnoxious as fuck. But I bought it the other day. I bought it when it came out. I've already put like 8+ hours into it again for like the third time. It's just like the art design to it, the music, the combat, like everything about that game. I fucking love it. Like, this will be my third time running through this game in 10 years. It's, I don't know, man. And it looks really good in HD. Like, it's a good looking game, even after 11 years.
And that game, like, once you think, it comes to a point where you think it's over.
It's fucking long.
Nope. Congratulations on making it a third of the way through.
Right. It's long as fuck. Have you ever played it, Brian?
I started it, but I was playing on the wrong console. So.
Like, you should. Is it on PS4? It's probably on PS4.
Yeah, it's on PS4.
It is on PS4. I'll wait till it goes on sale.
Yeah, it's $20.
Oh, it's only $20? Yeah. I'll buy it now then.
Yeah,
that's fine.
It's such a
Mike knows probably what console I attempted to play it on.
I'm drawing on the screen.
No, I wouldn't even dare. But it's such a good game. Like, and again, it came out last week. So yeah, I
just under the wire.
Terrence. Like, I absolutely love that game. Like, if you've never played it, I would pick it up. That's my endorsement for that game.
If you're keeping score at home, Terrence is number 5. I don't like this series. Terrence is number 4. This is ugly.
Yeah.
Terrence is number 3. This game can suck my dick. Terrence is number 2. Good game all around. Got something for everybody. And Terrence's number 1 game for 2017 is an 11-year-old game.
Yeah.
That I guarantee you will never. You can go anywhere on the World Wide Web, as the kids say, and you will not find a more eclectic top. I dare you.
I didn't play a lot, guys.
My number one is Super Mario Odyssey, and this game just took me back to the mid 90s, and it made me fall in love with Mario again. The world, the different worlds are incredible. Just a little thing like letting Mario be able to change his outfit does wonders for me. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't affect gameplay at all, but it's kind of cool.
Probably because you're not paying $4 for each costume that you want to buy.
Yeah, that's part of it. It is a fun game, and it's very creepy too. Like, when you realize that Mario is just taking over the minds of his enemies and, manipulating them to do as he wishes. It's fucking weird, but I love the game, man. The level design is Mario at its best. Some of the best platforming that I've ever played, or that I've played in a really, really long time. And Mario had fallen out of favor with me with the Water Pack game and the
Was it Mario Sunshine?
Yeah, and it came after it. Was I forget the name of it. That's how much I didn't really care for it. But I took to this. This is great, and part of this is probably nostalgia, I'm willing to admit. But look, it's a great game, and it's worth buying a Switch for. And yeah, Super Mario Odyssey is my 2017 game of the year.
Well, to wrap it up, my 2017 game of the year is Super Mario Odyssey. Look, you'll notice that Breath of the Wild did not make it on any of our lists. It was probably number 6 for Terrence, I would imagine.
It was just almost made it.
But the reason why, and I was thinking about this because Zelda and Mario are both not very different games, obviously. Mario is such a rewarding game, and that's something that you don't see as much anymore. Where I can spend 10 minutes playing Mario Odyssey, and even in 10 minutes time, I can still feel like I did something. Like, I can still earn a couple of moons. I can still, explore an area of a map that I might not have checked out before. I can gun for a specific objective and feel like I accomplished something. If I play for 2 hours, I'll accomplish a whole lot. It's great. It's also great how in a year where loot boxes and microtransactions and publishers taking stuff away from you, not letting you earn stuff in games was like the dominant narrative. Here's a game where not only like we talked about the costumes, you can earn them all. They have achievements in the game, and the achievements have a tangible reason for existing. Like, they give you more moons to earn in the game. There's secret bonus levels that are locked behind getting certain number of moons. I finally got to the darker side. Fuck that level. It's hard as shit, but it's something to work toward and to work to a goal to strive for. And there's a lot of moons in this game that I don't know if I'll ever get. There's over 800. There's a lot of shit to do, and I have over 500 so far. And some of the moons in there I might never see. You know what I mean? But that's okay. It's just a fun game. Like Micah said, the platforming is excellent. The level design is great. The Easter egg at the end of the game for longtime fans is some of the best fan service that I've ever seen in a video game, and that certainly probably influenced this a little bit too, I would imagine. Like Micah said, Mario Sunshine really turned me off. I enjoyed Galaxy 1. I played a lot of Galaxy 1. Galaxy 2, for some reason, just didn't didn't do anything for me as much, even though it was a better game by objective opinion than Galaxy 1. But yeah, this one's back. Totally, between this and a couple other games, the Switch has been a great investment this year, and Nintendo's back.
Yeah,
Nintendo is back, and Mario Odyssey easily the biggest triumph for them in a year of triumphs and in the game industry. That's why it is my game of the year for this year.
Do you want to do honorable mentions?
Sure.
Terrence, do you have any honorable mentions?
No. I played the third last night. That's fun.
That counts as an honorable mention.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to run down my honorable mentions from 10 to 6. Tekken 7, Destiny 2, Assassin's Creed Origins, Mario Kart 8, and Mass Effect Andromeda. Just missed it.
It upsets me that Mass Effect couldn't crack into your top 5.
It couldn't do it.
It makes me sad.
Couldn't do it.
My 10 to 6, because I have the rest of my top 10 here. Number 10, Everybody's Golf. Number 9, Nex Machina. Number 8, Undertale. Number 7, Zelda Breath of the Wild. And number 6, Splatoon 2.
That's a whole lot of Switch games on your top 10.
Shocking, isn't it?
It is.
So that just underlines the year of Nintendo. We turn to you, our listeners, and we want to know, what was your 2017 game of the year? Amir says, hands down, it's got to be Horizon Zero Dawn. New IP with a great story. Second is Assassin's Creed, and Persona is third. And Amir probably platinumed all 3 of those games.
Yeah. In the same day.
Look, Johnny Platinum Persona. He said it took him 180 hours.
Yeah, I believe it.
So it's a lot of hours. Malcolm says, as much as it gets dragged, Destiny 2, it keeps my interests. And he says, Brad, you and Cam could have had a lawsuit for pushing a crippled Daniel Bryan last night at Clash of Champions.
I missed it, man. I fell asleep on my couch like a fucking old man.
That's okay. It was a fine show, but it wasn't anything. It's not appointment viewing. It was good, not great. Chris says Yakuza 0. I can say this because the Yakuza series has been a low-key good franchise since the PS2 era when it started. It never got the recognition for a while because it wasn't high profile. In comes Yakuza 0, which ended up getting lots of new eyes in the franchise, and I noticed this being talked about a lot now, which is awesome with Yakuza 6 coming out next year. Is that true?
Yes. It's coming out.
Oh, it came out in Japan already, didn't it?
Yeah. It came out in Japan like years ago.
Okay. Jake says it won't be Forza 7, but because the game's been beta since launch. His game of the year, though, is Prey. Dog on it all you want, but it was a creative relaunching of a franchise done well and deep enough that the game merits several playthroughs. The neuromod abilities are crazy, and how your environment reacts to it is interesting.
Is that game? Does that game have any resemblance to what it once was? Like,
I don't know.
Can we even call it? Can we call it a reimagining or just a new series that just happens to have that name?
I'm sure probably the latter you can go with, I would say. It probably harkens back to it at some point. In some way, shape, or form. I didn't play the original, so I can't speak on that. Pray.
That's why we pray. Pray.
Okay.
Pray.
All right, I'm stop.
Pray.
No, it's different. It's a lot different than the original. Way different.
Cam says, I'm going with Super Mario Odyssey, as my tag team partner would. I thoroughly enjoyed every bit of the game's story. So many fun nods to the older games, including the original Donkey Kong.
Yeah, forget Peach. It was a Pauline guy. Paulina, whatever the hell her name was.
It's Pauline. That level was cool. I almost died on it a couple times. So that Donkey Kong deal. Mark says Horizon Zero Dawn, good story and mechanics, and Horizon Zero Dawn better than Zelda Breath of the Wild. You damn right, Mark. Johnny says Mario Odyssey or Persona 5, get my pick. Both are tremendous and worth the price of admission. And he says, congratulations for winning at Clash of Champions to me. Thank you. And more good news for me. My episode suggestion was selected for the next episode of Time Limit Draw. So enjoy the 98 Royal Rumble. Dustin says, Zelda Breath of the Wild. I had never played a Zelda game before. It was the shits. Also, Wolfenstein needs to get a nod. It was a great story, and the shooting mechanics were flawless. I'm surprised that didn't crack your top 10, Micah.
Yeah, I realized that I play a lot of shooters, and I get burnt out on them very easily. So I'm trying to limit my shooter intake, and my shooter intake is being taken up by Destiny. So if I'm not going to have more than one shooter on my top 10 list, like I'm just not.
Carrie says, Breath of the Wild, it provided a challenge without becoming frustrating, a world with so much to explore, and for the first time had a narrative that focused on what the actual legend of Princess Zelda actually was. Plus, it was gorgeous. I'm still working my way through the new DLC, which has been a great addition to the main game. Put in well over 100 hours and still having a blast. Her runners-up were Persona 5 and Mario Odyssey. Trey says, Persona 5 because Anne is bae. Micah, is that true?
She is, but I don't like blondes. I was hot for teacher. Trey know what that means. There's a teacher.
You got
that
it bad. Got it bad. Got it bad.
Absolutely.
You're hot for teacher.
I'm hot for teacher. And yeah, there's a teacher that one of
thought she was singing Usher. I was about to say, what the fuck?
There's a teacher that
Brad was singing Usher. You got it bad.
Oh, I'm singing Van Halen.
Whoa.
Usher stole that from Van Halen.
Okay.
Thief.
Rory thought that he was going to have to defend his choice with a fight of Super Mario Odyssey. He didn't realize that two of the hosts of the show had it at the top of their list.
Yeah.
Rory, we are with you.
You're in good company, Rory.
Robert says, my personal game of the year is Gorogoa. Even if it is only about an hour of gameplay to beat the story, it is a kind of puzzle game that I haven't seen before, and the artwork is stunning. I'll have to check that out because I'd never heard of it. Randy says, I'm going to go with that easy game that Terrence played and didn't stream towards the end. Cuphead. Stuart says Horizon Zero Dawn. Beautiful visuals. Great story. Robust open world. Very cool combat mechanics. Robot dinosaurs. And most importantly, Lance Reddick. I just want to point out Lance Reddick appears twice in my top 5. Just saying.
Yeah, Destiny.
He does.
Joshua says Persona 5, even though I only beat the first palace, the original soundtrack is superb.
You are correct.
I keep hearing people say that.
It's very acid jazzy. So if you like,
I'm a fan of that. So
a fan of that, you will be a fan of this.
Evan says, even though the game is 2 years old, Rainbow Six Siege was revamped this year, and it's hands down the hardest and most satisfying FPS I have ever played. I'll give you partial credit, Evan, because they do keep coming out with new content for Rainbow Six. So, Justin says, let us not forget about the wonder that is sportified ritualistic sacrifice on display in Pyre. That's one of those ones that I wish I had gotten to. I'll have to at some point because I heard it's really, really good.
It's one of the guys that did the fuck is that game?
It's from Supergiant, who did Bastion and Transistor.
Oh man. Well, that's a purchase.
Yeah. And apparently it's unlike anything you've ever played before. Huh. And then Cornell wraps it up. He says Hellblade, the sound design and visuals for a budget title, along with the story, were all top notch for me.
I still want to go
I'm
back.
also surprised you didn't play. I'm surprised you didn't play Hellblade.
Yeah, I want to go back and play that. I knew I wouldn't be able to. I knew I wouldn't have time to play it when it came out, and then it just came out, and I never got back to it. But I do want to go play that.
Well, thank you guys for your responses. All that says to me is 2017 was a fucking loaded year for video games.
Yes,
I can't think of a year that had more like top titles. Like Horizon would have won Game of the Year in like, all 10 of the past 10 years, except for this year, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
With some exception along the way.
And then here comes the fucking grandfather of modern video gaming releasing their flagship titles in 1 year. It's just like, well, sorry, Horizon.
And everyone's like, oh, 2018 is going to be better. It's not going to be better. 2018 is going to probably be pretty good. I don't see it living up to the lofty heights that 2017 excelled to. I really don't. Unless there's some shit that we have no clue about that's coming out next fall that's going to blow us away.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Spider-Man's going to be my game of the year for 2018.
What if it's garbage? What if it's garbage? You don't care. You can play as Miles Morales.
I can play as Miles. I can see Miles, so that's fine.
Well, that is it for us this episode. That is also it for us in 2017. There will not be a new episode next week, so you'll have to wait until the new year to hear our dulcet tones again. But in the meantime, if you've not joined our fan group, go to densepixels.com/fans. Request to join. We will let you in. There's awesome, fun conversations happening in there every single day. Make sure you visit our website, densepixels.com. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. We will read it on the air if you do. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at densepixels. Subscribe to the podcast on any podcatcher that you use, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Pocket Cast, Podcast Addict, whatever. Subscribe to the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/densepixels. Take advantage of the densepixels.com/premium Christmas sale and get your premium membership for cheap. Follow us on Twitch. I am Densepixels Brad. Terrence is Apparition 410. Micah is Dense Black Nerd. Carrie is Suffix Carrie. I believe is that. So, gentlemen, fine episode. Listeners, we will see you again in the new year. Until then, peace.
Happy New Year.
Faded.